Hey there, welcome back to Tennille Talks. Heat oil, add pork, cook, drain. Add garlic and onion. Stir in cooked pork, carrots, green onions, cabbage, and cilantro. Season with pepper, salt, garlic powder, and soy sauce. Remove from the heat. Set aside 5 minutes. Fill wrapper diagonally. Fold and tuck. Fry 1 to 2 minutes on all sides. Serve immediately. Enjoy. And the crowd goes wild. You've been making this lumpia for decades, and the moment has come to see where these delicious Filipino fried spring rolls have taken you. You've developed a product that is freezer friendly, and you've created a compelling business plan. You found packers, you found manufacturers to package your food, secure your food. You did the permits and the certifications. You've approached the grocery stores with your product. You've pitched your unique selling points. You've even explored options like private labeling. You've even considered working with distributors to get your product on supermarket shelves. This has not been an overnight process. This offer is finally in the mail. All you have to do is sit back and relax. You are at peace. You are tranquil. This is the easiest part. Opening the mailbox, opening the envelope, locating the black ink ballpoint pen. You've signed your name thousands and thousands of times, but the words written on this document will make your signature a household name. Your lumpia will be in grocery stores nationwide after this name signing. You wait, you wait, you wait. When tracking the document, it says it was delivered and left in the resident's mailbox. Let's begin the reading. Y'all, I'm a foodie and I love lumpia, and I'm making lumpia this week. So that's like low-key my inspiration. But okay, so to begin the reading, we are standing in judgment. When I say we, I'm looking at Joseph and Mary. Who were Joseph and Mary? Joseph and Mary, they were the parents chosen to birth and protect Jesus, the Savior of the world. Now, the energy of this reading is telling me that these specific parents, they're not giving me the energy of Joseph and Mary, but Joseph and Mary came out to let me know these would be two mature adults chosen to steward over a very important soul. Okay? So 2 stewards over a soul. Now, why would they be under judgment if they've also been giving such a high honor task? Okay. When we're talking about judgment, I'm saying that this version of Joseph and Mary, they're being evaluated. They are somebody is trying to draw an opinion about something that they've done or something that they've been a part of. When I say somebody, I'm talking about a higher power is looking down on them at their behavior. Now, Joseph and Mary have been protesting. They've been loud. They've been bringing attention. They've been saying that something or someone is inadequate. So they disagree, they complain, they disapprove, and they object. What have they been objecting? Well, we have the energy of the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles, imagine there's a tree. A long time ago, you planted the seed. Well, the seed has grown. It's a full tree. Well, now the tree is at the point where it is ready to bear its own fruit. It has reached its own state of maturity. And so you, to be the first planter of the seed that grew this tree, you're under the tree with your basket ready to collect the harvest. So whatever you have been working on, it is bringing you to financial gain, right? You can finally expect to receive the fruits from all of your efforts, your hard work. You've been patient, and now it is time for you to be rewarded, right? And so imagine that your reward is the lumpia, is finally walking into a grocery store, going to the freezer food section and seeing your face, your name, and your lumpia on the shelf. This is the moment you've been waiting for. This is also the moment that has been protested. People have objected to, people specifically being Joseph and Mary. Maybe not parents, but people chose to steward, lead, provide, protect, offer wise counsel. This is the energy, okay? Now, if you were to stand under that tree and collect your full harvest, it would immediately move you into the energy of wish fulfillment, right? Finally, you can experience abundance, but this is an abundance that came from you achieving your important desires. You've cooked lumpia forever, right? But the process of taking it from your stove to the grocer's freezer shelves, imagine, right? That is that Seven of Pentacles type of moment. But it is taking you to wish fulfillment, emotionally, physically. I mean, everything about you is fulfilled because finally it's here. Before you can collect the fruit, before you can sign the signature, Joseph and Mary have already decided that they want you to experience death. They are protesting your lumpia. Now, I don't know if they don't like pork. I don't know if they think cilantro tastes like soap. I don't know why they don't want your lumpia on grocery store shelves, right? But these two people specifically have been protesting. They've wanted your fulfillment, your wish, whatever it is you've been working for. But it's not like the thing. It's whatever gives you fulfillment, meaning it could be lumpia. You could be writing a book. You could be recording an album. Whatever your thing is, I don't think it matters. I think it would always have been something that these people would have complained about. It could just be a you thing. You understand? So they've been asking that your fulfillment come to an inevitable end. I have the energy of death. When we're talking about death, we're talking about loss of life, passing away. Anything living dies. Whatever is in your life, whatever is alive in your life that leads to fulfillment is what they have asked to bring to death. Anything that's a relationship, that's an idea, that's an emotion. I mean, sometimes y'all know when you're around certain people and you're peaceful and you're happy, but you also know that you need to mask it and hide it, right? Because if they see or sense it, it sets them in motion, right? Now they got something to attack. Now they have something to essentially kill. That is the energy of this version of Joseph and Mary. So they don't like what you're doing, but they know that fruit's about to drop in your basket, aka the lumpia is about to drop on the grocery store shelves, right? Now, they are specifically under judgment because they came after your peace. Your peace is the ability to live stress-free, right? But stress-free is the state of your security, like you live there, right? Like that is your zip code. You're calm. There's no war. There's no fighting. You yourself are harmonious with you, your life, all aspects of everything, right? So it's like you're free. You're not bound. That is what you were possessing, and this is what they judged. This is what they did not like. They were evaluating, well, where is this coming from? You know, why are you so happy? You ever meet them kind of people? What you smiling for? You know, that kind of energy. Well, this is the Joseph and Mary that came, you know. So next after this, I have the energy of Pilate. Now, Pilate was a Roman governor who was pressured by wicked Jewish leaders to release a guilty inmate, Barabbas, and then to both capture, scourge, and crucify Christ, right? Now, Joseph and Mary are under judgment because they attacked your harvest. Right before the signature was to be signed, right before the mail was to be taken out of the mailbox, right? They've been protesting this work for quite a while. The moment has come. They want to bring a loss of life. They want your fulfillment to pass away. This is a war against your peace. So they go to Pilate. So Pilate essentially is somebody that maybe they know, somebody that has power, somebody that has access to you, right? In order to make the deal for Jesus to be captured and the guilty to be free, somebody had to have the keys to open the door. Somebody had to have So Joseph and Mary go to Pilate and say, listen, Now, I don't know if they said, we want the guilty to be released and the innocent to be captured. Who knows what was said, right? But they were protesting. And so when you protest, you're loud and you're not able to hear and you're forceful and you're adamant. They were protest. So something about you was, they were yelling that they needed this to end. This must stop now. So apparently Pilate is weak. Pilate has power, but Pilate is weak. And so Pilate agrees to make whatever this move is happens. However they need to make sure your lumpia doesn't end up on the grocery store shelves, they will do that. And so Pilate is the man with the plan, with the keys, but he's weak because he was pressured. So somebody in this, Joseph and Mary had a plan, but they didn't have the keys. They knew somebody with keys, but the person with the keys is weak. Okay? So Pilate says, fine, I'll be a part of this. I'll go after it. Now, the next thing was, I have the energy, literally says being kidnapped. Being kidnapped means to take something away illegally by force, to snatch it or capture it. So when you're waiting and waiting and waiting to get the letter in the mail and it doesn't come, that is essentially being kidnapped. And so right before your fruit can drop in your basket because you've made it to this stage of your harvest, it's like, where are my apples? Right? You standing under the tree. You've calculated the process. You know that between this time frame, your fruit will drop, but nothing is loosening. Nothing. And so this is essentially stealing the harvest at the last minute and using someone weak, but someone who had a key position. Maybe they were close to you. Maybe they knew something, right? In order to release something and capture another, if it was specifically male, whatever it was, something was taken away illegally. The peace, the stress-free existence, the harmony that you lived, that was supposed to be turned to unpleasantness, right? And so let's say that you were living in a Jesus state. They wanted to change you into a Barabbas state. You were innocent, not doing anything. Whatever your work was, it was pure, wholesome, holistic, right? Righteous. And so now it's almost like you're living in a reality that you didn't this is not the fruit that you were supposed to bear. Somebody that is this reading. All right. So whatever they kidnap, their idea is to take your peace and to cause it to become fear, right? What is fear? It's when you have this unpleasant, strong emotion. You get this emotion because you are anticipating or you are aware of a danger. So instead of you waiting on mail, instead of you waiting to engage in your wish fulfillment, they want to steal that. They want you to live in fear. But here's the idea. Your version of fear is not my version of fear. So what would scare you? What would bring you to your knees? What would devastate and destroy you? It may not move me in the same way. So whenever you are under attack, because this is a test. This is really a Lumpia test. The test of the Lumpia. Your ability to respond. How many days do you wait for that mail? What attitude do you begin to develop? What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Do you have an idea of where it is? Have you had to make phone calls? Have you had to track down? So think about the process of waiting and then attempting to correct the lost mail, the moment you've been waiting for. The energy that you are in when you are responding to the injustice is what changes the entire narrative. When you are put in fear, this is your moment. This is your chance to show how strong your love is. This means that no matter how dark this moment is, no matter how dark it is, I know this is what I'm feeling. Imagine not getting that mail and losing it, thinking your life is over. Think about what we just go through when the moment we've seen arriving just gets ransacked. When the mail doesn't come, you start to think that the worst, the inevitable, right? You start to imagine all the terrible things. And so the relief that you had, the relaxation, the peace, the tranquility that you could live in because of your work and your effort. You know, this is like a whole bunch of weak people who have watched you create something beautiful. I mean, they've watched the entire process. Every time you cook lumpia, they got to taste it, right? They got to taste all this chili sauces. They got to make sure it was perfect. But with every bite of the lumpia, they became envious and jealous. Every smile, every laugh, every time you opened up your mouth to say something that you could celebrate as opposed to something that you could complain about, it just triggered them. And so this is weak people thinking that they have the ability to take down. I mean, think about the force you had to have become. The same tree that gave you the lumpia contract, you had to grow that tree. So you've been in this game for a long time. And people think that, oh, when I take this, you're going to crack. No. It doesn't always work that way. It doesn't always work that way. Yes, we're human. We know when something's been stolen from us. We know when there's been an injustice. We know when people are protesting us, complaining, objecting, disagreeing, whether they do it in our face or whether they do it behind our back or whether they are just a total creep and they just go straight to the spirit world to challenge you. There are people who literally are in competition with you right now, losing a battle with you that you don't even know you're fighting in with them. Can you imagine? That's the energy of this type of Pilate. In order for Pilate to have made this move, knowing you were innocent and that you were not guilty of whatever was being protested, knowing that this had to be a weak person who always had this seed, right, of either wanting to be validated by those that had power, right, or this is just somebody that didn't have the ability to do what you did. And this is the moment to make you equal, to level the playing field between the two of you. Not everybody can play the role of a Pilate is what I'm saying. So this is a fence sitter. They have the ability to make a moral, ethical choice, but they lack integrity. It is Pilate right now in this reading that you can call the Queen of Swords. Now, we've always got the Queen of Swords upright and then the Queen of Swords reverse. We're only going to talk about the reverse because this is the person that is suffering with the choice. I feel like this is the energy of who had the key. So if there was somebody that was around you that kind of had the energy of being overly critical, intolerant, very smart, but their tongue is so sharp that they have the ability to cut people to shreds with just their words. That is the person I want you to think of that had the key, that used their proximity to you to act out the plan of Joseph and Mary. This Queen of Swords is suffering, going through loss, right? Normally a person who's strong, independent, and intelligent, but sometimes you can use your powers for evil. This is a Queen of Swords who chose not to be good. She chose to be a part of this plan, knowing that you were potentially innocent. The proverb that is now attached to this Queen of Swords says, pretend you are dead and you will see who really loves you. So the same Joseph and Mary that came to this Queen of Swords to play a role, to take the mail, right? To steal the book, to take the key, whatever this Queen of Swords did, probably the person who was eating that lumpia from beginning to end, celebrating you, is now suffering a nightmare, ready to surrender. When we're talking about surrender, it means you want to give over to, right? There is a power that this Queen of Swords is feeling. It is attempting to control, possess. It is a force. This Queen of Swords is surrendering to this force, surrendering to this power. Imagine if Joseph and Mary, the real Joseph and Mary, missed the assignment, dropped the ball. If they didn't steward and honor and protect Jesus in the way that, the Most High asked or required. And so the reason why the Queen of Swords is suffering is because they played a role. I think that they were willing to be the Pilate. They were willing to be the middleman. And I don't think it's because they were powerful. I think it's because of proximity. Maybe they were close enough to you to get to the mailbox, so to speak, right? Now, Joseph and Mary are under judgment, but the Queen of Swords is literally getting dragged physically, emotionally, mentally, ready to just give over. Right? And what the Queen of Swords is saying, damn, I'm near death. And now I know who really loves me, because nobody is reaching out. The same people that used me to bring death, the same people that asked me to be a part of this plan, right? The same fools that I followed because I was weak are the same people who aren't here to show me love. And so this is a nightmare. And in many ways, this person looks like they won't make it. Not that they won't, but they don't want to, because their mind is now weak with the choices that they have made. Feeling not loved, feeling forgotten. All of the things that the Lumpia lady or the Lumpia lad was supposed to feel when that mail didn't arrive, right? The fulfillment, the peace, the lack of stress that your life would have existed in. That is what was stolen. But you have the ability. Oh, this is what I was saying about love. When people do shit like this to you, it really tests. This is a test on love. The Most High is like, listen, they're about to do some foul to you. And I want to see how you respond. It's taken you years to get to the moment to just sign your name one time. This is the easiest part of the entire process. And so what have you become throughout the process? Do you just not become it? Do you fall apart because you can't sign your name one more time? Right? So this is the conversation you have with yourself. This is the test in love. Yes, you're fearful. Yes, you're mad. Yes, you're thinking that many things in your future that you envision will fall apart. But the idea is, hey, this is a test in love. How do you respond? How do you show up? And it is the power that you possess that turn the situation around. And so this is Pilate, Queen of Swords, essentially being on their deathbed, ready to give it all up. All right, y'all. I'm making lumpia this week. Maybe we can make it together. That is a real recipe I found. I didn't include the measurements, but I can put the link in if you're interested. I love you so much. And if this relates to you, I just think this means that we will be challenged in some of the darkest moments. And those are tests about love. How do you respond? What can you see? What can you discern? How do you judge well when somebody has stolen your fruit? Everything that you have worked for. And I'm not excusing them, but what I'm saying is that even when you are pinned down and on the bottom and on your back or in a corner, the way you take your power back is in your response. You can never control what was done to you, but it is how you respond to the offense, internally and externally, that decides how you brought love to one of the darkest moments. How did you find the light in this? So these are big tests, but these are tragic moments that literally can destroy a soul. Destroy a soul so much so that they never find their path again. They're never able to recover. And there's no judgment attached to that. But that is the point of why this version of Joseph and Mary and Pilate would do this. To cause an offense so big that you never plant another seed. You never think that the harvest will ever come again. To get you to just stop chasing your wishes and your fulfillment. That is why they do this. They are after your peace. There is no money that can buy peace. There is no home, no zip code, no car, no shoe, no bag, no meal that can bring peace. So you have something priceless. And this is what they want to take. This is what they attempted to take. But the way in which you responded totally shifted the energy. And so this is giving me Queen of Swords, Pilate being down bad. Recognizing that, listen, you did something foul. And you chose the dark version of Joseph and Mary to work with. Over some lumpia. You didn't eat that. The lumpia lady done fed you this whole every time. You've been benefiting right? These are people close enough to benefit from the fulfillment of your success and don't even want you to have it, even if you would have been willing to share. All right, I'm gonna go for real, y'all. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.